Good morning. Day 6. No, day 7. What am I saying? Confused with the days. I'm just going to carry on anyway. So it doesn't matter to me. By the way, talking about carrying on. For you guys that want to try, or you couldn't make it for this one, you actually want to do it with me. Carry on. I have, it's going to be on the event this time because I'm kind of separating the English from the Spanish ones. Apparently Facebook doesn't like them together. So that's going to be on the group. If you're interested in joining in that one, I saw some of you said that you're interested or that you're going. Hit the going button because that's starting tomorrow. It's going to be the same. So if you have missed out, or if you want to repeat and you want to carry on and you just need that kick to keep going, I would give it a go. Do another week, because I'm noticing some changes which I knew was going to happen. That's why I'm doing this. But I kind of didn't do a lot of vacuums before I went on this challenge. So because I wanted to kind of get normal, if you can call it normal, go back to the way I kind of used to be. So the things that I noticed, things that used to happen to me, pain that I used to have before, was shoulder pain, especially in the left one, because I had an injury a couple of years ago with the paddleboard, and since then apparently it was tendonitis and incurable, and the pain I would just have to take care of it and live with it. That's what the doctor said to me. And then it went away gradually at first, because at first your body has to get used to what it has to do, what you are trying to make it do. It has to learn to get into that new posture, to learn how to do this new kind of exercise. So for some people, it can take a couple of months to actually get a full reaction. Whereas for others, for me, after the first month, I noticed, okay, the pain is dissipating. I didn't have the neck pain anymore. I obviously was sitting up a whole lot easier to stay upright the whole day in the office. And also my waistline was a lot smaller, and I'm talking a lot of centimeters. That was back in the day when I started. But in 1 week now, in this challenge, my waistline has also gotten smaller. Obviously my muscles has muscle memory of what I used to do before, but it can happen for you as well. And if you have been doing the week and you have been keeping it up, especially if you did it twice per day, you would have started noticing some changes. You've started feeling a couple of things happening in your body. So, and that is actually what I would love for you guys to have, is that is the wow. That is the, I'm noticing this and that and the other. Okay. So today I'm going to challenge you and me a little bit, because I actually literally got myself back to intermediate level. So we're going to do a warm-up, the Schwarzenegger warm-up, the first one, very, very first one that we started with. So we're going back to an easy one, and then we're going to progress, and I'm actually going to show you guys a Naulis. Most people, me included, the first time you try a Naulis, nothing happens. Well, you can't, it does happen, but you can't feel it. So for me, the first time I tried it, nothing happened. I mean, I didn't think anything happened, but it awoke something in me. It actually got me on the search for what I'm teaching today. That was what got me on this search, was trying out a Naulis, and I couldn't do it. So there's different reasons for why we do what we do and what makes us challenge our bodies. So I hope this actually causes somebody to try out something new, to incorporate this maybe into their life. I have started collaborating with the hospital Solis Passes with some of this, not all of what we're doing, but there's a certain part of it, the breathing part only, not the vacuum action. And I have started working with them, and I'm going to do the same with associations. It has been proven scientifically that this actually helps and works. So I really do hope that somebody is trying this, and I really do hope that you're getting some feelings and that you would try to incorporate this into your life or into your sports. This is an exceptional addition to your sports. Right, let's start this stopwatch and get started. Okay, there we go. So, hands and knees. So as you can see, over this week, we have not needed. I'm going to flex my feet. Okay, so you can keep your knees flat or you can flex your feet. It doesn't matter. Remember, for you guys that has sore knees or sensitive knees, put something underneath. I've gotten used to not having anything, but if I do, I just grab something and chuck it underneath, or you can roll up your mat or whatever. So that is a good option, but I prefer to not have anything. I'm going to sit down, my knees are hip width apart, my feet are also hip width apart, so they're not together. The heels are not together, the toes are not together. I keep them hip width apart. But that is actually keeping the toes flexed, because we are going to stand up, just like we did in the beginning, in the first recording. If you have missed out and you joining today, I would recommend just watch today and don't do it, because it is going to be advanced and you probably won't be able to notice anything. So I'd advise you to go back to day one. It is in the topic section, and go and do that. All right, let's breathe in, sitting down. And I have my elbows out and ease the air out. Breathe in again. All into your chest. So we're trying to get our chest as wide as we can. You know that by now. And breathe in again. And as you breathe out, you stand up. And you bring hands up, waist height, pull your fingertips up, push your elbows out and forward. Hold it there, relax the abdomen. You can see I'm not wearing my clip today because I know I have to push up. And it kind of starts happening automatic. As soon as you breathe out, there's a moment where you hold the breath, and you can see I was making the adjustment. And you can see what's happening to your chest when you do that. As soon as you push up through the crown of your head, you're making that adjustment and your rib cage are opening up. So that's what we want to do the whole time. You want to open up your rib cage. Okay, sit back down, breathe in. Ease the air out, bring your hands to your knees. This Schwarzenegger. Breathe in again. And ease the air out. Close the airways, a little vacuum. And breathe out. And breathe in. And ease the air out. A little vacuum. And ease the air out. Okay. I'm going to show you again. This time we're going to try the Naulis. Now this is probably going to feel very weird, or maybe you're going to struggle feeling something. The big secret in a Naulis is to keep your hips, your back, your waist, the whole waistline should be super relaxed. And that is actually one of the biggest secrets into getting the good vacuum action going, is if you're able from the waistline, from the hips, to the ribs to relax that whole area, the lower back, everything. And you should feel that. When you're doing the Schwarzenegger, try and relax and let your lower back go. Kind of let it slip back. We're going to try that first, and then we're going to try a Naulis. Okay, the Naulis is literally where you're in the vacuum. As soon as you have the vacuum action going, you start activating just one muscle on the side. Okay, so the abs, abdominals rectus, these two. We're not going to work with the rest yet, so we're just going to focus on these two. So you're just going to activate one and literally just have it pop out, kind of, okay? Just have it activate as many times as you can in one vacuum. But first we're going to try that. Do the Schwarzenegger, come up a little bit. You can see I'm coming a little bit forward, so I'm pushing, all my weight is on my hands, and as soon as you have that vacuum, kind of, you can see what my lower back's doing. You're kind of relaxing your lower back down, and you can feel how it's a lot easier to do that action. Okay, let's try that. Sit back, breathe into your chest, ease the air out. Let's go for another one. Relax the shoulders and ease the air out. Relax the abs, open the rib cage. And ease the air out. Stay here. Breathe in. And again. Super slow breathing out. You can notice I'm controlling the breathing as I breathe out. If you're breathing out too fast, you're probably not going to be able to do this, and you will get dizzy. So very contrary to what you want to achieve. Breathe in for a last time. Now we're going to try the Naulis. As you breathe out, I'm going to explain. So literally relax the abs, let that back slide back, and then try and activate that one muscle, just one muscle. Now, if you're not trying it and you were watching me, because that's quite normal that if you don't know what you're doing, a lot of people are very visual. You first want to watch. You would have seen there was the activation happening, but I wasn't able to hold it for a long time. That's very normal, because you're actually using, with every time you actually contracting that ab muscle, you're using oxygen. So it's very normal that you want to breathe in, and it's okay, don't force it. The length of holding a vacuum comes with time, so give it time. And we're going to do the other side, and I do hope that you try it with me. You would have also noticed that my hip was moving a little bit, like the side was moving a little bit. It's because I completely relaxed the hip. If you're going to keep the hip rigid, then there's a tightness. So we need to learn to disconnect that area to be able to do that. So I'm going to show you from the other side. And breathe out. Another breath. And release. Shoulders down. Relax the abs, open the ribs. Okay, I hope you did try it this time with me. Now we're going to do both. Later on, because if you did miss out on one side, you can do it again, but I don't want to waste too much time, so that you can always repeat the session straight after this. If you prefer to watch the session and then afterwards replay and then do it with me, then by all means do it that way. You're just going to, for some people there's quite a lot of information. We're going to try both. So we're going to do exactly the same thing, but we're going to activate one, then the other, then the one, then the other. I don't know if you're going to see something, maybe the camera is a little bit too high, but I'll try. The more up you have your body, the harder it is. The more forward you have the body, the easier it is. Breathe in, release the air, relax your shoulders, relax your face. Breathe in, all into your chest, and release. Release the abs and open the ribs. And you get, the more you actually try it, the more it starts happening. It took me a long time. I was determined to be able to do it, and I practiced. Well, I didn't practice every day, I must admit, but if you're going to try this every day, you're going to get it very quick, very, very quick. Okay, so now I'm going to show you what the advanced is. So you probably can't see me right now. We're going to be on one knee, so take a big step backwards. If we take a big lunge forwards, then we're going to hit the ground a little bit too hard. Oof. I hurt my toe yesterday and now it's hurting. So what you want ultimately is 90-degree bend in your foot and in your toe. So what you're trying to achieve is 90 degrees in the foot, 90 degrees, that's where the flexibility comes from. When you get to the advanced level of LPF method, there's a lot more postures that involves flexing. So if this hurts your knees, get a towel, get something, and adjust, put it on a towel. 90 degrees bend here, 90 degrees bend here. So try not for your hip to go up. That's why it's advanced. Because I progress you into getting to an advanced level. So what we're going to do literally is do a vacuum and push up and try and hold it in the vacuum. You can do it from a standing position. Let's do it actually rather. If you're going to try this, try it from a standing position. You're going to breathe in, breathe out, hold it up here. Push back on your heel in the back. Try and get as low as you can, okay? Keep your hands waist height, fingertips up, elbows out, elbows forward, shoulders down, head straight up. Breathe in, release the air, come back down. Relax the abs, vacuum. And come back up. That is hard. I'm shaking. So I'm shaking pretty hard. When you do that, you're working the quads, you're working all the legs, actually. And I'm going to show you the same side, but with the other leg. So again, separate quite wide, push down. Don't go too far. As soon as you lose the 90-degree bend, it's just not going to do what it needs to do. Okay, let's start. So first test it. See where your 90-degree bend is. Can't see very well. Hands mid-waist. Elbows forward. Down, shoulders. Elbows a lot forward. You can see my little wing at the back. The scapula is coming out. As soon as I go back, the scapula comes out. So I want to really press the elbows, not the shoulders, but the elbows forward. Okay, and press the shoulders down, fingertips up to your nose. So keep pulling them up. Breathe into your chest, breathe out, come back down, and vacuum. And breathe out. And that posture's name is Persefone, and that's probably the most challenging one, because try and do a squat holding your breath and pulling your abs in. You're using oxygen in a squat. That is basically a one-leg squat, but with 90 degrees. Now, when you do it with 90 degrees, So with precision, holding it, it's a lot harder. So do try it. Just please be careful of your knees. If you want to start from the ground, it's a lot harder when you start from the ground and you push yourself up. So I would recommend test where the 90 degrees are. Watch yourself in a mirror. Make sure that you have 90 degrees everywhere. The feet, the knees, the hips. That your hip is not pushing up. So you need to have your hips stable, solid. And I normally have my clients start with squats. Okay, so let's move on to standing Naulis. The standing Naulis, I'm going to make it a lot easier, so you're not going to see my face, but you can hear the explanation. I hope the mic hasn't fallen. Okay, so basically we're going to do what we did seated, but we're going to do it standing. Whew. that one does work you quite a lot. Okay, so breathe in. Put your hands on your knees. When you come forward, remember that one that we did like this? Or this one, your hands are just literally just above your knees, but you're keeping your back with the same natural curvature. So you don't want to push it in because the actual vacuum is going to pull. As soon as you release your lower back, the same that we did on the floor just now, release your lower back and just kind of let the vacuum take control of your body. And then we're going to activate only one side, just like we did before. Stay there. All into your chest, another breath. Feet hip width, more or less. Go for a vacuum. Now one or the other, one or the other. Really sit on your knees with your hands. Now we're going to start with the right hand side, so the opposite that you started with first, because that is more challenging. We tend to start with one first, always. Mine is the left. So you have to challenge your body to start with the other one. If this is not happening for you, don't worry, just try. Trying is connecting, that's what we're doing. Body, mind, soul. I'm putting the body first, deliberately, because I'm asking your mind to let go of what it's thinking and simply have the body do what it hears. Okay? And breathe out. Vacuum. If you want to make this, if you have been able to do this, if you could get it right, there's a more challenging one to this. And the more challenging one is the ripple effect. That's where you literally, instead of activating, what you're ultimately doing is running a ripple from the side of your muscle over to the other side. That is a quite challenging one because you need to learn to start activating all the muscles from the obliques straight over, and even the transverse muscles, even they activate. They're all connected. let's do it from the other side, which is more challenging for me. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Vacuum. And now we're going to do some quick wake me ups. The quick wake me ups is literally where you hold the vacuum, pull it in, let go, pull it in, let go. Okay, for a lot of people, if you've just started, give it a try. It's quite challenging because your mind's going, what? But just try. If you can do one, that's great. Breathe in again. Just remember to breathe out slow. That is secret. Breathe out slow. And I would actually prefer you to do this on your knees. You can try it standing, but in case you need to breathe in and out a little bit too much, just to avoid dizziness, I would say on your knees. I'm sitting on my feet, so I don't have my feet flexed. I'm sitting on my heels, sorry. My knees are a little bit wider than hip width, and my feet are together for support. There we go. 20 minutes. It's very quick. These sessions, if you're going to try them, you learn them and you separate them and you try them and you add them to your training programs, you will get benefits. I mean, that is guaranteed. There's no way that you're not going to get benefits. But you need to incorporate them. And because I was explaining quite a lot, if you learn them, you incorporate them yourself, it's about 15 minutes, really. Between 15 and 18 minutes as part of your warm-up. I would actually prefer to have it before you go for a run. Any impact sport, I would say have this training add on before, because, there's a lot of becauses. I was thinking, okay, if I'm going to start explaining now, I'm going to talk for another hour or so. There's too much to explain. So there's a lot of reasons why, because they have specific actions that's taking place in your body. You are going to be able to control them a lot more. If you're doing any kind of endurance sport that doesn't have too much impact, like swimming, but it has a lot to do with your breathing, or maybe you're doing yoga and abdominal. Now, yoga is very good and it's very well, but I've had so many yoga teachers that's been teaching for years coming to me saying, I need help, I can't breathe right. I'm struggling with my yoga teaching, and they can't even do an ab vacuum. An ab vacuum is the absolute basis of actually being able to train. If you want to save your body, if you want to have more endurance, if you want to have more explosive action, it comes from the inner core, not the outer core. And it's very, very hard to learn to activate the inner side because your mind cannot really control it. And that's why in this challenge, I've been separating it and I've been putting the body first. I've been asking the body, your body, to start activating, and then for the mind to go, oh, okay, hang on a second, what's happening? And by activating these two the right way around, body first, the mind has to listen to the body. It has no other option. And then you start feeling positive. This is a very meditative state anyway that you're in, because it's a connection. It's a connection of you. And that ultimately helps you to become the better version of yourself. So I really hope you enjoyed this challenge. Again, if you just came in now and you haven't been able to do it or to watch it, do start from day 1. And I'm looking forward to the comments. This will be up, and this is already up, except today. I'll put it up in a little while in my YouTube channel, Triple E Health and Fitness as well. Or if you want the link, just leave me a comment and I'll pop the link in the comments box. And I wish you guys a fantastic day and a fantastic rest of the week, and jump onto the Spanish one if you want to. Bye.